Gosh, Thursday morning already. Here we go. Fly on the Wall Productions bringing you the Aired Out podcast. We've got a pretty good day today ahead. We've got about 62 degrees right now in the Granite City. Great day for a hike. Get outside if you can. Mostly cloudy, around 76. Thunder Road tonight, cloudy and 50. So pack a sweatshirt. Looks like Friday, tomorrow, mostly sunny, around 77. Saturday looks good, mostly cloudy, 75. And Sunday, cloudy skies, afternoon rain and thunderstorms moving in and around 77 degrees. The Facebook question of the day, and I put it up there a little while ago. Actually, I've got several, and I can't help myself. There's just so many questions I have this morning. But one of the ones that I posted up earlier about this Colchester guy that was just cited for DUI after Vermont State Police clocked him going 102 miles per hour on 89 South earlier this week. So I'm asking you how, and this is something that I've had conversations with my wife about. How vigilant are you? How much attention are you paying to driving these days, to the road in front of you, the road behind you, in the rear view? Are you driving with the right amount of awareness and heightened sense of alert? And admittedly, and this is what I kind of alluded to this morning, are you paying more attention and to the music and rocking out to China Grove, which is something that I was doing yesterday? But if you're on the big road, especially, how much attention are you paying to your surroundings? Kind of an alarming story this morning about that. Also alarming, Vermonters buying insurance through the Affordable Care Act, looking at a premium increase of between 1% and 6% next year. We're talking about almost 70,000 Vermonters that are covered through the ACA plans. Vermont's premiums already among the nation's highest. So here we go. Buckle up for that. We have some sad news this morning. A 14-year-old girl killed Wednesday evening, last night, in an ATV crash in Weston. It's one of the top trending stories this morning in Vermont. Vermont State Police obviously investigating the crash, which happened around 7 o'clock last night. We have a federal judge that is putting a temporary hold on the planned closure of that dairy plant in St. Albans. These stories, I'm going to be posting up the links to all of them, but that one is picking up some steam today. And this one, too, the Scott administration experimenting with an unusual tactic at the Vermont State Capitol complex in Montpelier. And I don't know if you heard about this yesterday. Saw it last night on social media. Recorded bird noises designed to discourage loitering. Now we've got folks that are up in arms about this because of the effect that it's having on the homeless. So big discussion on that, you bet, and something that I will have, I'm sure, on the air tomorrow morning. Federal immigration enforcement continues to generate a lot of attention across Vermont. At least 9 people have recently been arrested by ICE right here in Vermont, with reported arrests in places including Londonderry, the Upper Valley, and Cornwall. Questions still being raised about the role that local municipal police will have in assisting federal immigration authorities. Lots of chat about that for sure. Residents in Vermont communities raising concerns about flock license plate reader technology and how police departments can use and retain the information. Again, I'll have that story up in just a little bit as well. The state is proposing changes to its primitive camping regulations for the first time in 33 years. Proposed rules would tighten requirements involving campfires, how close camps can be to bodies of water, and other environmental considerations. Links to these and more are going to be on the Aired Out page. National news, some of the headlines this morning: Trump threatens economic D-Day against Iran. Oil prices jumping as Iran tensions continue. The U.S. national debt has just hit $40 trillion. Taylor Farms at the center of some major food safety investigation stuff that's happening this week and is likely going to be picking up some steam next week. So be on the lookout for that story. Along with Meta's federal child safety trial, opening statements are underway this morning. There is a lot to be said about that. I know I'm unpacking a lot of stuff for you this morning. Walmart is taking a hit on the market. We'll have that for you. And federal government is going to be moving on consumer surveillance pricing. On a lighter note, talking about sports, the AP Top 25 preseason college football poll is back, kicking off the countdown to the 2026 college football season. Logan's going to be in a little bit later on this morning. I know he's going to be talking about that. World headlines: Russia launches major attack on Kyiv last night. I think it was, last I read, around 14 people killed from that. And again, President Trump threatening an economic D-Day against countries that provide Iran with an economic lifeline. These are just some of the stories of what's going on. Pastor Ray is sitting right next to me from the Hedding United Church right here in the great city of Barre, Vermont. Very good morning to you. I'm happy to have you in here.
It's good to be here.
What did you think of all those news headlines? Was that like...
I would like to take a deep breath.
Yeah, well, same. Same here.
Right? I mean...
Same story.
It's rough, man.
What did I just said to you, just before we went on the air, I said to you, it's like every day.
Every day.
You come in and I see the news. You know, all we have to do, I mean, to talk about, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff this morning.
Sure.
But to just talk about mental health alone, I mean, all you have to do, and I say this all the time, all you have to do is have a cell phone. And you wake up in the morning, we're all pre-programmed into our algorithms. We wake up before we've even gotten out of bed. We're phones on and we're scrolling headlines.
Yeah, and I recommend you not do that. I recommend everybody not do that. Give yourself a breath first. Get up in the morning. If you're a praying person, say a prayer. If you're, if you just, you can just sit outside and listen to the birds for a minute. Bring the anxiety down. You don't want to start the day with your anxiety up here. It doesn't help us function through the day. We start functioning out of that anxiety, and it's not going to be at our best.
Yeah.
So, turn your
breath.
phones off a little more.
It's so difficult, though.
It is.
We're all
addicted.
curious. We want it. We're addicted.
We're addicted to it.
We want to know what's going on.
We sure do. And it's. I understand the impetus to be informed. We should be informed, right?
Yeah.
But there's a difference between informed and being completely subsumed by everything that's going on that we have no control over.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so for me, I'll catch up on the news truly like a couple times a week. Now, I'm not interested in being on it every moment. I can't do much about that. What I have influence over is here in this community and how we can take care of each other here. And if I can keep my own anxiety levels down, I can do so much more. If I can avoid all the vitriol that's out there, I'm not going to be tempted to hate my neighbor. It's much easier for me in a place of centeredness, of knowing the potential goodness of our world and all the good things in our world. It's easier for me to love my neighbor. And that's, for me, I mean, that's my highest calling, right? We're called to love our neighbors. So don't pick up your phone first thing in the morning and look at the news.
Yeah. We're spinning before we've even made our first phone call, before we've even left the house, before we've even had our first cup of coffee.
Yep.
We're spinning.
And that's gonna screw your whole day up.
Yeah. It sets you off. And you talk about, it's interesting that I heard you just say what we can control. So many of us, we want to have our hands on the wheel. We want to be able to control what's happening, or at least
think that we're in control.
At least, yeah, of course. And you're absolutely right. There's just nothing we can do about it.
there's very little. Our influence here is far greater on what we can do for one another.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can vote. That's important. Do that, right?
Sure. Right.
And donate to organizations that are helping. Those are things we can do. Those are the little pieces that we can do. But other than that, our biggest influence is with people who are right next door to us, are people who are driving down the road each morning. That's where our influence to create a better world really exists. And when we do that, it has a ripple effect.
The goal here at Aired Out is to have conversations that connect us,
Sure.
to find some commonality.
Yeah.
Yesterday, we took a really deep dive into just suicide awareness,
Sure.
but also just being the international brotherhood of the electrical linemen, and we kind of split away for a little bit, and talked about brotherhood, just that one.
Sure.
IBEW, just the B being the capital letter.
Yeah.
You know, and how brotherhood is so important. We all need to just keep an eye out for each other.
We're kin, right? We're kin. We need to
Well, we're
treat one
supposed to
another
be.
by family, right?
Yeah.
And sure, there's dysfunction in families, but we're still supposed to love, even if that love isn't warm and fuzzy. I mean, when we're called to love our neighbors, that doesn't mean we have to have a warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
It means we are holding our neighbor as a child of God, as someone else who is also deserving of love and acceptance and respect in our world. And it is incumbent upon us to do the best we can for them. And
I'm guessing that this has been part of your sermon, maybe, I'm assuming, on a regular basis.
oh yeah.
How much do you think that's reverberating around your congregation at the Hedding Church?
Our congregation is all about taking care of our community. Every week at the end of our service, my benediction begins with, "We don't go to church," and the congregation responds with, "We are the church." And that means, it's not about going to the church building. That's not what it means to be a follower of Jesus, right? We go to the church building to get refueled, refilled, inspired, so that we go out into the world to help transform the world into the kind of place that Jesus taught us is what God's vision for the world is. That's what it means to be the church. And our congregation is all about that in everything we do. We can do a lot collectively, and there's a lot of people who do stuff individually. We've got loads of people who are out in the community as great teachers and as, good business people taking care for one another. We've got folks who in their retirement are volunteering at a whole bunch of different places. There's so much that people do individually, and then there's a lot that we are able to do collectively as the church, as the body of Christ, taking care of our neighbors, those we're most called to care for.
Yeah. Well, this is so well said. Let's talk about some of the things that the Hedding Church does. And I know there's a laundry list here, a mile
Including
long.
laundry.
Yeah, including laundry, exactly. Including laundry. So well said. You guys have, like you said, it's so much more than just a church, a building, a structure. Inside, whole lot of love.
A whole lot of love.
And ways that you exercise your concern for folks that are in our community, whether they're a member of your church or not.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we take care of each other, but we're really about taking care of the community. Our tagline is feeding the community, body and soul. So how do we take care of folks? Because in the book of James, we hear, faith without works is dead. What good is it to say to someone who's hungry, go be blessed, have a great day, if you don't give them food?
Yeah.
What's the good of that, right? We need to feed people literally with food. There shouldn't be empty bellies, right? And with empty bellies, or with then full bellies, then someone's spirit can also be nurtured. And so we're really about doing both.
I had to make a decision years ago. I started this podcast 8 years ago, and in the beginning, I said to myself and to others, going to do everything I can to stay away from the two big buzzwords, politics and religion.
Sorry, I'm screwing it up for you, man. This is what you get for bringing a pastor in.
Well, yeah, and here's the thing, and then I became very good friends with a fellow pastor who was just the messaging that he had for people. I'm like, I've got to find a way to get this on the microphone.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
I don't care anymore. I had to kind of say, this is for the better good of people.
Right.
Well, we all need to hear this stuff.
Totally. And it isn't exclusive to Christianity by any means.
Well, that's it.
Right. I mean, our siblings in faith in other denominations, and then ecumenically, folks who are everything from Buddhist to Jewish to in Islam, and all of these different religions, Wiccan. I mean, I don't. All of these different places. This is about finding your centeredness in a world, at least those of us who believe in a divinity greater than ourselves, that was created to be good, that was created to have enough for everybody, and that we're called to care for one another. Those are pretty standard basics amongst religions, and even those that don't believe in a higher power have a centeredness in values that in a universe that is going in the direction of goodness, right? And so all of those things, they call us, they send us, they inspire us to take care of one another.
Yeah.
And if we can work together on it, we can do so much more.
We talk about love, we talk about hope, and we talk about belief frequently here. But isn't it remarkable how it's like the word belief or believe can be, at least I say, can be kind of a dangerous word, because if you don't believe how I believe politically or whatever, what's better, what's best for Vermont,
Sure.
we're going to have some conflict. But I've had so many people sit on this couch that I don't share the same beliefs that they do.
Sure.
Politically or whatever.
Yeah,
but man, it's like we've connected.
There's values.
There's values.
We connect on values. And, those of us who've been in any faith tradition for long enough know that humility is a big piece of our teachings. Belief can be really divisive if it's not embedded in humility. If I can't acknowledge that I don't know all the answers, my belief becomes an idol by itself.
Yeah.
I have to be humble.
Right.
Because I'm human, man.
Yeah.
I'm human.
Yeah.
I do not have the big picture that God has, right?
Yep.
I'm going to get it wrong. I'm going to get it wrong a lot.
Yep.
Right? And if I can come to a table with someone who might disagree with me on stuff with that humility, I bet we can find common values.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe, just maybe, then we can work towards those common values together.
I'm thinking of, and I just had to pull it up here in front of me, the Beatles song, "We Can Work It Out."
Right.
Try to see it my way. Do I have to keep on talking till I get it on? It's like that. That's it. It's, if you don't see it my way, then we're just not going to get along. And
Right.
But we have to stop like pushing our belief system or our agenda, whatever it may be, political or otherwise, on others, and just say, hey,
what are the shared values?
we all bleed red blood. Come on, let's just all take care of one another.
Absolutely. There is a distinction between faith and belief. Belief is a cognitive, intellectual understanding of a thing. Faith is trust. Faith is action. Faith is how your beliefs are translating into your life.
Yeah.
You can believe something and be wrong, very wrong, right? If your faith practice is one through humility, that wrongness won't necessarily harm your neighbor. Because you can step back for a second and be like, okay, is what I believe going to cause pain if I act on it that way? Or is what I believe calling me to work through love? And then working through love with humility, we can see the human in front of us instead of seeing a billboard of
Labels
that, we've put on people. How can we shift that? How do we shift that?
Yeah. I have a friend who I have a friend who hears me say, I can't understand. I just can't understand. Why would they do that? Why would this be that way? And this friend, Paul, says to me, it's not up for you to understand. Sometimes you just don't. Stop trying to understand everybody's rationale, logic, the way they think, the way they feel, what they believe. You don't need to understand it.
Yeah, you just need to respect people.
Yeah, right.
Respect, act with love.
Yeah.
If we want to change somebody's mind, it never happens through vitriol and argument. It happens through relationship.
Yeah.
It happens through knowing somebody. You know, folks you don't know who are of different, whatever label you want to put on them.
Sure.
They feel other to you because they're different than you. As soon as you get to know somebody and you build a relationship,
the stamp is gone.
Yeah, you find there's love there.
Yeah.
This is another human being who's, got humor and pain and joy and hopes and trauma that might inform some of the ways that they're functioning in the world. Yeah. How do we look with compassion upon our fellow humans?
Yeah. Big kudos this morning to Gino, who is just a monster member of your church, and it's just...
We love Gino. He's wonderful.
Gino's doing so much.
Yeah.
What a massive heart.
Yeah, he really does. And has worked so hard on his own life.
Yeah.
And we love him very much. So and like so many others, finding Hedding has been a community of hope and love and support and acceptance. That's part of feeding the spirit, right? Is you need a place where you can be, you're fully yourself. Idiosyncrasies and foibles, strengths and gifts, and be loved because of, in spite of, in addition to, just be loved as you are.
Yeah.
What a joy it is to walk into some place and just be welcome.
I know.
Loved and empowered to serve. And that's something that we really try to do.
Yeah.
Is that anybody who comes in, we want you to come in and feel empowered to do your part in transforming this world into one that is a little bit more like heaven.
Yeah. Your doors are wide open over there. I want to talk about what happens on Friday nights over at the Hedding Church.
Yeah, Friday nights is that's our busiest day of the week. So Friday afternoon, some of our volunteers will come together and they'll start cooking in the kitchen downstairs. They're gonna put together a good meal for the folks who are coming in later. By about 4:30, the doors are open. Folks are starting to come in. We have sort of an ad hoc band. Whoever shows up will play on stage. I'm often up there with my guitar and tambourine and singing with whatever other folks will show up. So we've got some live music. It's always fun. Our volunteers and Phyllis Azate is our outreach coordinator, and she is just, I don't know how we would do it without Phyllis.
Yeah.
She is leading the charge on our outreach efforts and just amazing.
Yeah.
And we work hard to create a really welcoming community for folks. Folks will come in and they'll listen to the music, say hi to one another. There's a lot of people who know each other in there, so it's a community in there. This isn't like a soup kitchen where you got to wait at the door and come in, get your bowl, and go. Right? And this is come in, have your spirit and your body nourished. And so, we'll have, often depending upon the time of the month and when people might be running out of funds, anywhere from 50 to 100 people come in.
Really?
And then we also send out meals every Friday night to 2 of the Good Samaritan shelters. So we're feeding a lot of folks on Friday nights. And plus, our food shelf is open at the same time. It's open 2 other days of the week as well, but it's open during our Friday suppers. Folks can come in and get, I think it's about a week's worth of food that you can get for your family, depending upon how many folks are in your family. So you not only you're getting fed Friday night there, you can take home food. So you've got some food for the upcoming week. We have a diaper depot that'll be open at the same time. It's also open the rest of the week. Whenever staff are in the building, folks can come and get diapers. No questions asked. Come in and get some diapers. Make sure your babies have dry bottoms. Diapers are expensive. Everything is expensive.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to help out.
Yeah, that's from 9 until 3?
So our staff are there Tuesday through Friday, 9 through 3. Our food shelf hours are 3 on Wednesday and Thursday are from 3 until 4:30. So on Wednesday and Thursday, they're open until 4:30. And the food shelf will help with Diaper Depot for sure. And then on Fridays as well, come in anytime during the day, during the supper, and you can pick up some diapers for your kiddos and some wipes. And we've got some free clothes. Gino, who you mentioned, sorts out all of the free clothes donations. Don't, by the way, bring us bags and bags of clothes. Please call us first. We don't have a huge space. We're grateful. We will always take socks, because socks are always necessary, and warm clothes for the winter. As God, I hate to admit it, but I've seen some tree color changes already.
Oh, I have too.
I have too. It's getting there. So we'll need some warm clothes coming up. But please don't empty your closets of really nice formal wear or whatever. That's not going to help us. Yeah. And call first. We have a limited space. Yes. But Gino sorts out all those stuff for us, and he'll put it out for our Friday supper guests. And so we take care of a lot of people. We also have, we mentioned before, laundry and a shower. So we've got a shower and we've got one laundry washer dryer. And so folks can arrange with Phyllis to come in, take a shower, get their clothes cleaned, especially folks who are living on the streets. They need a place where they can, come in and have the opportunity for a little bit of dignity and feeling a little bit better about themselves. So we really try to take care of those folks as well.
You all have done some great back-to-school efforts in the past.
Yeah.
What's happening?
So last summer, I think was the first time that Phyllis led this one. We're doing it again this summer. Folks will come to us. Folks low income, they don't want to send their kids back to school in clothes that's too small or too torn up or whatever. I don't know about you, but I remember when I was a kid, before you went back to school, you got a new pair of sneakers, you got a couple new sets of clothes, so you felt a little bit fresh for the year. And so last summer, Phyllis started coordinating an effort, and this donations just came in from the community. We clothed 48 kids last summer, and on our way this summer as well. Try to get them 4 outfits and a pair of sneakers for school. Sometimes there's a couple other might get a cache of pencils or something to go with it, but it's really it's the clothing and the shoes that we're trying to make sure kids who are in low income families can afford to go to school in some new clothes. And so Phyllis and another one of our volunteers, Donna, will go shopping, and boy, they can make a dollar stretch like it's nobody's business.
Not great.
So they're terrific at it, and they'll really try and they'll try to match what the kids are looking for.
Sure.
They might get some ideas from a family or whatever. Last year, one of my favorite stories from last summer, it just makes my heart warm. A little boy came in to get with his mom to get their clothes, and was looking through the bag, and there was Spider-Man underwear in there. And that
huge.
Little boy was so excited. He was just squealing with delight just to have something so special for him, Spider-Man underwear. Oh my gosh, I just love
Well, there's
that.
Underwear, and then there's Spider-Man underwear.
Yeah, I mean, my underwear is not that cool.
It's so funny. I love stuff like this. It's
great, right?
It's wonderful.
So yeah, how do you love on your neighbors? This is a way to love on our neighbors.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Sunday mornings. What happens at 10 a.m. on Sundays?
Yeah, so I mean, even before that, folks are coming in. Folks are usually starting to come in around 9:30, and our choir will be practicing at least during from like September to June. Our choir is practicing, and folks are setting up our hospitality time in the back. People start to gather. They're chatting. They're laughing. I love as I'm getting ready to go out. I have a little stool I sit on just outside of the chancel area, and I can hear folks in the sanctuary. You can hear the laughter. You can hear the love. You can hear people greeting one another in the back. And then, we get started at 10, and our service we're really a congregation of love and laughter. So we do laugh a lot. People will come to our worship service and be like, I didn't know church could be like that. I mean, I didn't realize that there could be so much just joy and laughter. And of course there can be, right? I mean, of course there can be.
Should be.
I'll tease people from the pulpit, and
That's great.
Oh, we have a blast. There's always some, even our most somber moments, like you got joy and sorrow are often intermingled. I mean, if you can't fully experience joy, if you can't fully experience sorrow, you can't fully experience joy. They are two sides of the same coin, right? This is the depth of humanity. When I do funerals, I say to folks, laugh through your tears, and you're going to cry through your laughter. That is part of our experience of death and dying, as you tell these stories, wonderful stories about the people who've passed. And even as you're crying, you're laughing about some of their idiosyncrasies and the hilarious things that they did. And
Sure.
so even our most somber moments can be infused, and should be infused, with joy, because that's the fullness of our human experience.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. So our services are often just joy filled, I'd like to think that they're pretty engaging, and we have a good time.
Wow.
Services last between an hour, hour and 15, hour and 20 if the pastor runs a little long.
Yeah, right. Where did you grow up? What's your story?
So I was born in upstate New York, halfway between Rochester and Buffalo, right in the middle of cow country.
Yeah. Snow country.
And snow country. My dad's a retired Presbyterian pastor, so I'm a preacher's kid. And that was his first church. Tiny little church in the middle of cow country. But we moved down to New Jersey when I was about 3. And my dad was at the same church for 40 years, retiring from there. And so that was my home church in Ringwood, New Jersey. Beautiful area to grow up in. Nothing like what people envision when they think about New Jersey.
No,
I was in the hills.
I just drove through New Jersey and was stunned how beautiful.
Oh, I mean, it's not the Garden State for nothing.
Right.
Right? I mean, there's a lot of congestion, and especially on the inside of 287, that's a packed area.
And the Garden State Parkway.
Yeah. But I grew up in the real north of the state, right on the New York State border. Gorgeous. We had the botanical gardens there, state park, 63% protected land. So I grew up running around in the forests. Coming to Vermont was just like coming home.
Yeah.
And I've been in Vermont now since 2007.
Okay.
I was in Burlington for 15 years. The
Wow.
last church I served was First United Methodist in Burlington, and then I came here. Started at Hedding in 2019. So I've been here just over 7 years.
Wow.
Vermont feels like home.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got here, it felt like home. I'm like, these are my people.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
These are my people. So.
I think that sentiment's shared. From what I've heard, people really, really love you.
Oh, well, it's mutual. This church is my dream job. Like, this is exactly where I want to be. This is exactly the community I want to be in. I love being in Barre. Barre is so real. When we first got here, my spouse Kurt and I, we joke a lot about how everybody in Barre is a character, and there's not like secondary characters. They're all primary characters.
Oh yeah.
I mean, every person here, like that just interesting, real people, not pretending to be something they're not, and I really appreciate that about it. A lot of fun, and just God, I love this church. I love being part of this church family. It's amazing. It's just amazing.
How do folks? We've also talked about, or we also need to talk about, with regard to Phyllis here. that she helps folks out with financial assistance.
Yeah, we have a financial assistance program as well, and Phyllis is in Wednesday through Friday. We mentioned 9 to 3. Those are Phyllis's hours, and folks will come in and ask for help with utilities, or maybe they need their car to be fixed. Maybe they're they need help, just making ends meet on a rent payment or whatever. Phyllis will negotiate with the utility companies to try to get, folks are behind, to try to get things down, so that what we're adding to that will go a little further. Like I said, Phyllis can make a dollar stretch like nobody I've ever met.
Wow.
But we can't do a lot for everybody, but we can do a little bit for as many people as possible. Every once in a while, we'll get somebody who comes in and asks for something that's like, no, we're not going to buy you a big screen TV. I'm so sorry, dear.
Yeah, right.
But, the basic necessities, we want to help you with that,
Killing me. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I really need a new motorcycle.
Nope, sorry. You're going to, but we'll feed you.
Yeah.
We'll try to help you keep the roof over your head and your lights on.
Food, financial assistance, diapers, clothing. I mean, this is really something else.
Yeah,
what you're doing there.
We really have a heart for our community. And this church has for really, I think, since the beginning. And it's been around for a long time. Methodism started in Barre in 1797. And Methodism itself is an outward focused faith tradition, where our Methodism's founders, John and Charles Wesley, especially, and a couple of their friends, created our personal and social holiness understanding. So we take care of ourselves, connecting with God. We take care of our neighbors. That's personal holiness and social holiness. How are we taking care of one another? And both of those are how we understand ourselves to be fully in line with what Christ is calling us to be.
Are you working with other area agencies in and around the Granite City?
Absolutely. I mean, we're really about collaborating. I mentioned, we bring meals every Friday to a couple of the Good Samaritan Haven locations. Also on Friday nights, the Turning Point recovery coaches will be with us, and so they'll help us. We have folks come in various states of sobriety, and we love them, whatever state of sobriety they're in. We even love them when they're belligerent, but we do have to ask them to leave when they're belligerent.
Yeah.
So, but the recovery coaches really help us with all of those pieces. And so if we've got someone coming in who's strung out and needs a little extra, counseling, I mean, Kristen and Jason and Seth, I don't know what we'd do without them. They're fantastic. Yeah. They even have a recovery meeting that happens right after the Friday supper. So the meals, we gather at 4:30, meals served at 5:30, recovery meeting at 6:30. And so they're really there to kind of help us take care of those in our community, especially those who are, in the throes of addiction and trying to recover from addiction.
Yeah. There's This community has really some amazing churches.
Oh, yeah.
Really do.
Yeah.
And I know you all work together too.
Yeah, we've got great relationships with especially the downtown churches right around us. Yeah. And so we'll work with the Good Shepherd Episcopalians, the Barre Congregational across the street, the Unitarians, and almost next door to us, Enough Ministries. And then the Presbyterian Church isn't far away. We'll collaborate with them as well, and sometimes the Roman Catholic Church. And we really try to do a lot. And Phyllis, in her work, will often connect with these different churches as well, because there's different ways that folks will help serve. And we'll collaborate with Capstone. And, we've definitely reached out to Washington County Mental Health. People's Health and Wellness is a great partner. There's a lot of different things that, if we're all talking together, we can do more. We participate in the homelessness summits that Tess Taylor leads, and we meet over at the library every month or two to talk about, how are we helping our unhoused neighbors and our housing insecure neighbors. So there's a lot of different ways. Collaboration is a huge part of it. We don't want to be in a silo where we're just doing our thing and not paying attention to what other people are doing.
I want to thank you for what you've done in the past with all of this. But Washington County Mental Health, just a big thank you for what the Hedding Church did for the Learning Collaborative, Friends Helping Friends, a group of folks who were not able to use their regular space because it was under renovation.
Oh, yeah.
And Hedding Church,
Yeah.
you said, please use our space.
It was joyful to share space with those guys. Yeah, we had them in for
Long
about
time.
8 or 9 months,
Yeah,
and
long time.
got to know some of the folks, and,
Yeah.
and it was delightful to have some of these the adults with learning disabilities
Yeah.
coming through, and you could see that they had some of their craft stuff, and
There was so much,
was
plenty
wonderful.
of room. You had the kitchen down there, everything.
oh, it was
just
terrific. It was
incredible.
a really good. It was a great sharing of space, and we hope to share space again. We have a front room. I mean, we're utilizing it at the moment, but we would love to rent it out or share space somehow with another agency, kind of like that, where we have similar values and outreach efforts, and so if folks want to have a conversation about it, we've got the space.
We encourage folks, if they haven't yet explored or learned about the Hedding Church, and that's why you're here, to do that, to
Yeah.
walk through the doors.
Please, yeah.
Whether you need help or whether you want to help.
Yeah.
Or whether
Or
you-
both.
Or whether exactly.
Absolutely, or
Exactly,
both.
exactly. Or whether you just you need a kick in the pants with regard to faith and hope.
Hopefully not a kick in the pants, but let's go for inspiration.
You know what? Exactly.
A loving kick in the pants, I suppose.
Yes. Yeah. On Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. It's great stuff. It's
Yeah.
great stuff.
Yeah, we're a loving community. I am so blessed and grateful to be here.
Yeah.
Truly.
Thank you so
enjoy.
much for coming in here.
Thanks for having me on.
I'm paying attention to what you guys are doing. Of course, Gino's always letting me know
Yeah.
what's happening over at Hedding Church.
Right.
But
Yep.
always welcome in here. Anything you got going on,
Thank you.
we got a microphone for you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much,
Appreciate it.
Pastor Ray.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thanks, JD.